British Prime Minister Boris Johnson held the first cabinet meeting of the new government following last week's landslide election victory. Johnson thanked lawmakers for their efforts throughout the election campaign and urged them to work flat out for their constituents.
The voters of this country have changed this government and our party for the better. And we must repay their trust now by working flat out to change our country for the better. And we should have absolutely no embarrassment about saying that we are a people's government. And this is a people's cabinet. And we are going to be working to deliver on the priorities of the British people.
Johnson now has a majority to easily get his Brexit withdrawal bill through the House of Commons in time for Britain to leave the EU by his target departure date of the end of January. After that, Britain is set to remain in the tariff-free single market and customs union until the end of 2020. Reports have indicated that Johnson wants to create a law to ensure that the Brexit deadline cannot be extended. Bureau Report, Republic TV. Airstrikes and artillery shelling killed at least 11 civilians, including 6 members of the same family, amid intensified violence in rebel-held areas of northwestern Syria. The bombardments hit 3 villages in Idlib province, which is Syria's last major rebel stronghold. Increased strikes targeting Idlib province in recent weeks seem to indicate that Syrian President Bashar Assad's forces are preparing for a ground offensive. A British ship and a Chilean ship are mapping the seabed of the dangerous Drake Pass in search of a military transport plane that vanished with 38 people aboard en route to Antarctica. The search area measures 60 kilometers by 80 kilometers. Since the disappearance of the plane last week, authorities have recovered parts of a military transport plane and some human remains. Thousands of people marched through the Czech capital to urge their prime minister to resign in a renewed wave of protests against the populist billionaire. The march came a week after another protest rally in Prague and demonstrations in towns across the country. Ukrainian riot police clashed with members of nationalist organizations near the parliament building, where a few hundred people had gathered to protest a draft land reform bill. 17 police officers were injured during the clashes and 26 protesters were detained at the demonstration. The Delhi police held a peace committee meeting with the residents of Shaheen Bagh in the national capital. Southeast Delhi DCP Chinmoy Biswal said that the police appealed to the residents to maintain law and order and not pay heed to any rumors in the backdrop of the protests against the Citizenship Act. Union Home Secretary Ajay Kumar Bhalla met Commissioner of Delhi Police Amulya Patnaik to take a stock of law and order situation in Delhi. The review meeting comes after the protests against the Citizenship Amendment Act, which turned violent in the Seelampur area. In an official statement, the additional DCP of Northeast Delhi said that after the Brijpuri violence, the cops held talks with residents. DCP RP Meena added that the peaceful protests turned violent when stones were pelted at the rally. The Delhi police has reiterated that the situation in the area is under control. The Delhi police has said that no police station was set on fire in the Seelampur violence and that only one booth was damaged in the incident. The cops have launched a probe into the matter and CCTV footage from the area is being collected and examined. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman held her 4th pre-budget consultations with stakeholder groups from agriculture and agro-processing sectors in connection with the forthcoming general budget for the year 2020-21. The main areas of discussion during the meeting included agricultural marketing reforms, organic and natural farming, agricultural commodity markets and future trading. The Ministry of External Affairs came down heavily on Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan for irking the global community over India's internal matters, including the Citizenship Act. The MEA in a statement said that Imran had earlier spread lies to advance his narrow political agenda by making such statements.